All right, let's cut through all the noise for a second. Forget the headlines and the hot takes. We're going to look at the hard numbers, the data that shows why the United States is a global powerhouse in some ways that might actually surprise you.
That's a pretty bold claim, right? Well, today, we're going to put it to the test. We're going to look at what these things actually are and, more importantly, why they matter on a global scale.
See, anyone can have an opinion. What's way more interesting and a lot more telling is digging into the data. We're talking global reports, economic figures, the stuff that tells the real story. We've zeroed in on 5 specific areas where the US isn't just leading, it's pretty much in a league of its own. So let's just jump right into the first one.
Okay, first up, the sheer economic size of the United States. It's like a force of nature, and the numbers are so big they're almost hard to believe.
$30.5 trillion. That's the projected size of the U.S. economy for 2025. It's a number that's so massive, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around. So let's put it in perspective.
And here's that perspective. I mean, just look at this gap. The U.S. economy isn't just a little bigger than China's. It's over $11 trillion bigger. You could take the entire economies of China and Germany, add them together, and the U.S. is still larger. That kind of scale, it creates some serious influence.
But here's the thing, most people don't realize. Economic power isn't just about raw output, it's about influence. And a huge piece of that puzzle is the power of a country's brands, those names that literally shape how we all live.
Now check this out. Almost half, nearly 46% of the entire world's most valuable brand equity is American. That slice of the pie is worth over $6.4 trillion. That's more than the next 15 countries combined.
And just to really hammer this point home, look at the top 5 most valuable brands on the entire planet. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Walmart. Yep, all American. This level of commercial influence is it's unmatched. Which leads us perfectly into another area where the US has this incredible global pull.
So we go from economic power to brain power, because the US has built this system of higher education that basically acts as a global magnet for the world's brightest and best minds. Over 1.1 million students from every corner of the globe packed their bags and came to the US to study last year. That's an all-time high. And this isn't just about getting a diploma. This is about the world's future leaders and innovators choosing America as their launch pad.
And why do they come? Well, they come for names like these. These aren't just schools. They're global centers for research, for innovation. They have a reputation for producing Nobel laureates, world leaders, and people who literally change the world.
So here's a quick question for you. Think about the leaders, the innovators, the creators in your own country or your own industry. How many of them have a degree from a US university? It's this quiet but incredibly powerful form of influence, isn't it?
And this is why it all matters. This is the real payoff. It's not just about the piece of paper. It's about what happens after graduation. 6 U.S. universities have a perfect score for employer reputation. That means graduates from these schools are basically at the top of the hiring list for the best jobs anywhere in the world.
Okay, so this brings us right to our third point, influence that goes way beyond money or diplomas. We're talking about shaping the world's culture, its preferences, its ideas. It's a concept called soft power.
So what exactly is soft power? Well, in simple terms, it's getting other countries to want what you want. It's the influence of your culture, like movies and music, your political values, your foreign policies. It's all about attraction and persuasion, not force.
And for 3 years in a row, the US has been #1 in global soft power. And here's why. From Hollywood blockbusters to groundbreaking science, the world looks to the US as a leader. It's influential in arts, it's seen as helpful to countries in need. Even with all the political debates, the global perception is that America is a major force on the world stage.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about the future. Specifically, the technology that's going to define it, artificial intelligence. In the global race for AI dominance, the US has a unique and really powerful strategy.
When you boil it down, the global AI race is really a tale of two countries. You've got China's approach, which is very state-led, top-down, and fuses military and civilian efforts. And then you have the US model, which is completely different. It's driven by the private sector, it's fueled by the free market, and it's all about bottom-up innovation.
And this quote from the Department of Defense just sums it up perfectly. The government's goal isn't to invent everything itself. It's to tap into the incredible engine of Silicon Valley and the American tech industry, which is already home to the world's top AI companies and talent.
For our final point, we're looking up to the final frontier. America's leadership in space isn't just about NASA's history anymore. It's a booming, modern-day reality that is completely reshaping what's possible beyond our planet. I mean, just take a look at this. North America, driven almost entirely by the United States, controls over half of the entire global market for space technology. That's not just leading, that's total dominance, from satellites to rockets and everything in between.
And that dominance is fueled by huge investment. When you combine that government spending with the incredible, groundbreaking work of private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, it means the U.S. isn't just leading in space right now. It's actively shaping the future of humanity's journey to the stars.
So from Wall Street to Silicon Valley, from Hollywood to outer space, the data shows some pretty incredible areas of American strength. The big question is, which of these pillars do you think is the most critical for the decades to come? Now, if you enjoyed this explainer, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and give me your thoughts in the comment box.